students. I hope that you are in fine and healthy shape. I am Nasir Ahmed Aimal, biology teacher at Omeed Private High School. You know that our school has arranged an e-schooling and homeschooling program for the students to stay at home and continue their studies. Today we are going to study the photosynthesis. We know that plants, some bacteria and some protists use sunlight energy to make their own food. This process is called the photosynthesis. Before studying the photosynthesis, we know that this process is obtained using the sunlight. So we know that the sun is the ultimate source of energy for all the living things. This energy that comes from the sun is obtained by the conversion of hydrogen atoms into helium atoms inside of the sun. Only a small fraction or a small portion of this energy reaches the earth, and of these energy only 2% is utilized by these photosynthesizing autotrophs like plants, like bacteria, or like some protists. The radiant energy that comes from the sun is used in the production of both structural and energy producing components of the sun. It means that this energy is used by both structural components and energy producing components. The structural components use them to make the structures of the cell, and the energy producing components use them to produce energy. But this energy cannot be used directly to perform these functions of these organisms, so it must be transformed into another usable form of energy. It must be transformed or converted into another usable forms of energy. In physics we have studied lots of kinds of energies, so this radiant energy that comes from sun must be converted into another usable energy that is used by these organisms. Photosynthesis is the most important energy transformation in the natural world. In photosynthesis, the radiant energy is converted into chemical energy. So, because this process is performed by the plants, and we know that plants are autotrophic, they make their own food and also they make food for other uh, living organisms, and also they provide oxygen. So this is the most important energy transformation in the natural world. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants, some bacteria and protists use the energy in the sunlight to produce sugar, which is used in cellular respiration to produce ATP. We have studied the metabolism chapter. In that chapter we said that glucose is the primary component that produces ATP. So plants use sunlight to produce sugar, and after that use that in cellular respiration to produce ATP. This is the formula of the photosynthesis. Plants use water, carbon dioxide and sunlight energy, and this process is performed in the chloroplast, which is present in the leaves. In the chloroplast we have a pigment by the name of chlorophyll. So chlorophyll is an essential factor and also is the sunlight. So which when this all are performed together, they produce sugar and oxygen molecule. They produce sugar and oxygen molecule. These sugar molecules are used to produce ATP in cellular respiration, and the oxygen is released to the environment. What is the relation between photosynthesis and respiration? Photosynthesis and respiration are reversible reactions. It means that they are reverse of each other and are closely interrelated, and they have a close relation between each other. The products of the photosynthesis, namely organic compounds and oxygen. We saw that the product of the photosynthesis is glucose molecule and oxygen. So these organic compounds and oxygen are used by both plants and its consumers during respiration. During this reaction, carbon dioxide and H2O and energy in the form of ATP are released. Both carbon dioxide and H2O then become available for further photosynthetic reactions. In order to understand this relation, we are going to uh, talk about it in this picture. Okay, we see that there is a process called photosynthesis that's performed by plants. During this process, we talked that uh, they produce glucose and oxygen molecules. After that, these glucose or organic compound and oxygen is used in cellular respiration by animals or by plants. In cellular respiration, we know that ATP is produced. ATP is a universal unit of energy, living organisms energy. ATP is produced, and also carbon dioxide is released to the air and H2O molecules are produced. These H2O and carbon dioxide are reused by photosynthesis, and they are used for further photosynthetic reactions. So they, in order to make more glucose and oxygen, this is an energy cycle for the relation of photosynthesis and cellular respiration. What are the necessary factors for photosynthesis? Here we talked that sunlight and chlorophyll are the essential factors that must be present in order to perform the photosynthesis. So the necessary factors for the photosynthesis are light and chlorophyll. First, we are going to talk about light. When a light wave hits matter, it produces one or a combination of three results. کله چې یو د نور شعاع پر یو مادې باندې لګیږي، د دغه لاندې حالاتو څخه به یا هم یو او یا هم به د دوی یو ځایي کم نتیجه رامنځته کیږي. It may be transmitted if the matter is transparent. که چیرې دغه ماده transparent وي، یعنې د لایټ شعاع چې ده هغه د دې څخه تیریږي. It may be reflected. کیدلی شي چې دا شعاع انعکاس وکړي. It may be observed. کیدلی شي چې دا شعاع observed جذب شي. The combination of the last two possibilities is seen in green plants. Combination of the last two possibilities. It means that some light waves are reflected and some are observed. The leaf color is because when the light wave hits the leaf, the green wavelength of the light spectrum. The green wavelength of the light spectrum is reflected. کله چې دغه د نور شعاع پر پاڼې باندې وموښلي، موږ تاسو یو تجربه کړې ده. کله چې لایټ د یو منشور څخه موږ وباسو، نو وروسته د هغه څخه هغه کوم رینبو کلرز چې رامنځته کیږي، هغه په دې معنی چې په دغه ویو لینت کې دغه سپیکټرم موجود دی: red, yellow, violet, green, blue، داسې نور رنګونه. So in the plant or in the leaf, the green color is reflected, so it gives the green color to the leaf. Of the phase of light observed, particularly red and violet are used in photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, the lights that are observed are red and violet, and they are used in the photosynthesis. The second necessary factor is the chloroplast and chlorophyll. Chloroplasts are the site of photosynthesis in plants. It means that it's a place that photosynthesis occurs. They are found mainly in the mesophyll layer of the leaf. We have talked about the structure of the leaf. So the chloroplasts are found in the mesophyll layer of the leaf. Chloroplasts are disc-shaped and contains different pigments. Observe light of different wavelengths. Chloroplasts are disc-shaped and contains many pigments that observes different kinds of light wavelengths. Chlorophyll is the main pigment of photosynthesis found in the thylakoid membrane. This is a thylakoid membrane. This is thylakoid membrane. Here we have a pigment named chlorophyll. So the chlorophyll is the main pigment of the photosynthesis which is found in the thylakoid membrane. The color of the leaf comes from the chlorophyll. We said that the chlorophyll reflects the green wavelength of the light spectrum. Then this green wavelength hits the human eye, and we see that the color of the leaf is green. Chlorophyll plays an important role in the absorption of light energy. We said that it absorbs the yellow and red and violet wavelengths of the light spectrum. So it plays an important role in the absorption of light energy during the photosynthesis. Its role is to catalyze transference of radiant energy into chemical energy. It means that chlorophyll is the main component that converts radiant energy into chemical energy. Here is the structure of chloroplast, and here we have a structure of the chlorophyll. You can see that on your screen. So here is a structure of the chlorophyll. You can study that later. Next topic is photosynthetic reactions. Photosynthesis transfer electrons from H2O to carbon dioxide. It means that an oxidation reaction process is occurred. When this process is occurred, then the sugar molecule is produced. The photosynthetic reactions has two main stages. One is the light phase and the other is the dark phase. In the light phase, light energy is converted into chemical energy in the form of ATP. This was the main role of the chlorophyll. In this phase, the light energy is converted into chemical energy. In the dark phase, the products of the light phase are used to combine carbon dioxide. The products of the light phase are used to combine carbon dioxide to produce sugar molecules. So these are the two phases of the photosynthetic reaction. The first phase is that the light energy is converted into chemical energy, and in the second or in the dark phase, the products of the light phase are used to combine carbon dioxide with water and produce sugar molecules. This was the first week's lesson. In the next week we are going to study the factors that affects the rate of photosynthesis. Until then, have a good time.